Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So how do you usually practice to playing a keyboard?
I usually practice with my teacher in my home.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to MTsB channel. Kita ni cakep. So, in this beautiful occasion, I am MAAM DINA Wifqiyah Rohmah. You can call me MAAM DINA. I am an English teacher in MTs Bilingual Muslimat NU Pucang, Sidoarjo. Of course, I am accompanied by the gorgeous English teacher in MTs Bilingual Muslimat NU Pucang, Sidoarjo, Ma'am Aul.
Hi.
Hi, Ma'am Aul. How are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
Okay, Alhamdulillah, I'm also fine. Thank you. So, in this occasion, we would like to discuss about the significant topic that related to ourselves and also our students. It is about
How the way to have a positive mindset in our life.
okay, so as we know that having a positive mindset is a very important to be applied in this era because in this advanced technology there are many people who compete with another. So it's not about around Indonesia but also around the world. So some of them will feel insecure about himself or herself. They have a negative thinking about their ability or their capability. So I think that it's important discussion that we should share and we should discuss together in this occasion, right?
Yes.
So if we talk about a positive mindset, if we have a positive mindset, of course we have a positive attitude, mean that we have an optimistic outlook. If we have a positive or optimistic attitude, means that we will have a hope. You believe that everything work out well and ultimately you will have a success. Moreover, scientists have been studying about having a positive mindset for a longer time. So people who have a positive mindset will have a better mental and also physical health and even life longer. So they can also reduce the risk of getting a cold, heart attack, and being depressed and so on. So my conclusion is having a positive mindset is very important to be applied in this era. It's not only for our psychology but also our physical and performance. So it can also boost our immune system, right?
Yes.
So Ma'am Aul, I wanna ask a question. Why positive mindset is important to be applied in our daily life?
I think you have explained clearly,
Yeah.
but I will add it why having a positive mindset is very important in our life. Actually, positive mindset or positive thought means that we have a positive expectations that the thing will turn out well and we will succeed. And then we have to know that having a positive mindset, there are so many good impacts. The first is it can increase our confidence relate with insecurity.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we have a positive mindset, it can increase our confidence. And then the second is it can courage and persistence to explore new things in our life. And the most important thing why we have to have a positive mindset in our life because it can impact our physically and mental health. But I realized that it's very hard to apply that. It's very hard to have a positive mindset in our life. So in your opinion, how can you pass all the activities with a positive mindset?
So thank you for asking me, Ma'am Aul. That's a good question. So how do I pass all activities with a positive mindset. So the first one that I do is I should convince myself that everything happened to me are a gift or are the best gift from Allah. So I'm sure that Allah believe me that can pass all the things well. So I should convince to myself that I can solve the problems well. I can pass the problems well. Even I have many difficulties. Even I got a problem, but I'm sure that it's a best gift from Allah. So I should maintain well. I should pass it well. And then the second is all the activities that should I pass for a day from morning until night are worship. So I say to myself that when I went out from home for doing activities, for working, for studying, all of them are worship. So worship are not about subuh prayer, duhur prayer, and so on, or fasting. But if we do all activities that started with a good intention, worship also. So the third one is all activities or all that happened to me, I think that it's not a burden for me. So I am grateful to pass the new things, to pass a new problem, to pass to pass a new experience. Yeah. So I think that it's also a best lesson that should I find the solution, that should I pass, so it can make me to pass all activity with a positive mindset. So, Ma'am Aul, you say that it's not easy for us to have a positive mindset, right? So how do we convince to ourselves that we should have a positive mindset in our daily life?
Okay, as your explanation before, so having a positive mindset means that we have a good relation or interaction we and to Allah. So our worship, not only do subuh prayer and others, but how we grateful in our life.
Yeah, so it's important point, right?
Yes, and for me, in my opinion, there are so many steps. How do we always have a positive mindset? The first thing is practice positive self-talk. I think it's a simple rules that we have to know. Don't say anything to us if we wouldn't say to anyone else. So if we cannot say something bad words to us, if we cannot say something bad words to other people. And then the second, if negative mindset comes to us or enter to our minds, so we have to evaluate it. Why it can be happened to us? I think it has many reasons, right?
Right.
Good and bad. And then respond with a good affirmation. Like as you said before, that we have to quit and thankful for anything that happened in our life and everything that we have it, and then be open to humor. So it means that when we have a problem, don't feel like lonely, and then there's no one can understand us like that. I'm sure that we have a best friend, we have a good partner, so we can tell our problem to them, so they can give feedback, suggestions, and others, and then we can have fun together with them, so it less our stress and insecurities.
Okay.
And then the last is the important thing, having a good environment. So we have to reflect to ourselves if we have a good environment in our life. It's the important thing. So when we are in a bad environment or there are so many toxic people there, so it can impact
Over thought.
yeah
Okay.
that impact in our self first.
Okay.
And then my question is, how do you recognize positive mindset in your life?
Okay, thank you for asking me, Ma'am Aul. So, I'm sure that there are so many people or even our student to not recognize that they still have a negative mindset or they have already have a positive mindset, right? So to recognize it, first, people who have a positive mindset will tend to have a healthy lifestyle. For example, they smile more, they happier to be around, or they more energetic, they more active, and then they also more calm under a pressure and so on. And someone who have a positive mindset also willing to have new things, willing to have new experience because they have a higher self-esteem and love to have a good love to have a good relation with other people. And also positive thinker, they are always kind. They never want to talk about negative about somebody else or about himself or herself. And a positive mindset, someone who have a positive mindset also, I think, a better copying skill and can manage their stress well by doing a positive activities. For example, doing exercising or applying a healthier diet. That's one who have a positive mindset.
Actually, there are so many good impact.
Good
when
impact.
They have a positive
Okay.
mindset,
Yeah.
especially for the students, right? So they have a lot of time for do something beneficial for them.
Yeah.
Something like
Yeah, maybe they can play or they can do their hobbies, right? So for example, basketball, football, so it also decrease or it ignore negative thinking that come to them, right?
I mean, I think it costs gadget. If many students spend a lot of time for
Yeah, that's a good idea.
playing games
Yeah.
or social media,
Social media.
so it makes them having a insecurity.
Yes, because what they see,
Yeah.
what they have seen, maybe so for celebgram maybe and the lifestyle of them, and they cannot apply in their
Compare
life
it.
and then compare with
Yeah.
himself or herself, that can make them have a negative thinking, right? And then, ma'am, also, how do we do if we have a friend who still have a negative thinking?
I think in our environment still have a friend that have a negative thinking. We cannot stop them, but we have to know that they need us. And then the first things when we have a friend that have a
That still have-
positive, negative, sorry,
Yeah, that's
negative mindset. First is protect ourselves. If we can protect ourselves, we can understand their feelings, so we can give a suggestion or feedback. Then we ask them to tell about the problem, why it can be like that, why you have a negative mindset, what happened with you, how it can be happened. So first is protect ourselves. If we cannot protect, we also have a negative mindset.
We influenced by
Yeah.
them, right? Okay.
I think enough for the discussion.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the last, yeah.
Oh gosh, the last question is there. The last question for me.
How do you practice
How do I
Positive.
practice? Oh, how do I practice a positive mindset?
in your day?
Actually, we have already discussed, but if you want to ask me more about how to I practice a positive mindset, so the important one is we have to know ourselves. Just imagine that you are a glass with a pure water or a glass with a dirty water. So if you are a glass with a dirty water, so you have to add or you have to add a pure water in it. It means that you need a positive affirmation that you have mentioned before. We need a positive affirmation for ourselves. So you don't need to wait from somebody else or someone around you, just from yourself. You have to convince yourself, you have to say to yourself that you are special, you are a gorgeous, you are you can pass all the problems, you can solve all the problems. You have to convince, you have to say many times, many times or to yourself. And then the next is, of course, you have to smile more, you have to play with your friend, you have to interact with your friend, you have to communicate with your friend, because from interaction with other people, so you know how to be a better person, how what lesson that you can take from them and what experience that you can share to them, so it will make or it will decrease the negative thinking from yourself. And the important one is still you should grateful. You should have,
This is the key.
that just act based on your ability, just perform, just expect with your ability, not more than you can.
And then always say a good affirmation.
To myself or
To
someone
others,
around you. That's
I think our discussion is about how the way
how the way.
have a positive mindset in
Yes.
our life. So it's related with procedure text.
it's related with one of English material, right?
Monologue text.
Oh yeah.
There are so many kinds of monologue text, and one of that is
Procedure text.
Procedure text.
Yeah.
So it means that procedure text not only how to make food or
of course.
drink, but how to use something, how to do something better, like this discussion.
Yes.
It's
also a procedure text. So maybe some of our students really confused if a teacher say that please make a procedure text. Most of them, of course, write how to make noodles, how to make juice, how to make something, but how to operate, how to do something, how to be happy, how to have a positive mindset is also a procedure text. And how about the unique structure of procedure text, ma'am?
I think if how to make something, we need or we add ingredients like
tools, ingredients, and then
title and the purpose, and then ingredients and tools. Maybe if the discussion like that, like
we do today,
it doesn't need ingredients and tools, right?
Okay.
So we directly to explain or the steps how to do that, so we can build better versions.
Okay, so it's just like a title which consists of the purpose of our writing and directly go to the step, right?
Go to the step.
And then what is the specific language features that we can use in procedure text?
Simple present tense, right?
Okay.
And then because it's related with how to do, how to use, how to make, so we need imperative sentence.
Oh yeah, the important one is imperative sentence. Imperative sentence started with verb, right, ma'am? So actually you don't need to write a subject, so you have to write directly start from the verb.
Please be yourself, don't do that,
be grateful, and then what? Know yourself, just like just the question, just the example, right?
So I think enough for our discussion.
Okay, so because it's run about 30 minutes, so I'm sure that the operator will feel exhausted about that, and we have to end this discussion, ma'am. So we think that enough for today. We meet again in the next discussion. Thank you so much, ma'am, all for sharing your experience and knowledge. So as we say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.